Hey, welcome to the Big Ways Only podcast where we talk about sports, fashion, hip hop, pop culture, and honestly, whatever the hell we want to talk about. And today I got a very, very special guest. If you from the Carolinas or the surrounding areas, you've seen this man face in some form of fashion, man. He's an entrepreneur, event coordinator, a brand ambassador, content creator, host, promoter, and much more. He's
I didn't
known
know I was
as
all of this, man.
oh yeah. Known as the voice of the Carolinas, man of the hour, sweet not sour. We got my boy Steven the Dream in the building, man. Y'all make some noise.
Hey, I appreciate you for having me, man. Feels good being on the Big Waves podcast. Big Waves only over here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
definitely appreciate all the media platforms and you and the way that I appreciate just you coming to this city, man, and not being afraid. I feel like you have no fear because from the first time I saw you, you stepped in, boom, I'm on the mic. Not just that, I got the camera. Oh, you know what? Give me a year. Now I got the podcast. You really stepping into Carolina and bringing things that are important, bro. So thank you for having me on this. I appreciate you for inviting me on here, man. This is dope. This is dope.
Hey man, I appreciate that, bro. Like
For
a
sure.
motherfucker,
For
bro.
sure.
But
Come
that,
on now.
you know what I'm saying? We put in a lot of work over here, you know what I'm saying? And we definitely want to be acknowledged for the things that we do and what
Mhm.
have you. But, I just really appreciate the Carolinas yourself, a lot of other platforms as well, just like inviting us and, just allowing us to be us and not being weird about things and shit like we don't fuck with these outsiders. Nah, it's like it's a
Nah,
whole
man.
lot of love. Like, the Southern hospitality is real.
For
Like
sure.
it's real, man.
And you coming from VA, that's my third home. Like I went to college in VA, so I
Okay.
always it's
Wait.
South Carolina, North Carolina, VA for me. It's
Okay.
all day. Like,
Okay, what did it say? So where you went to school at?
I went to college in Emory and Henry College in
Okay.
Emory in Virginia, in a small little town,
Mhm.
and up 81. You know what I'm saying? You take it all the way up 81, get off on Emory 26, I believe. But yeah, I went there. It was a not a HBCU. Is a W. It's a WASP. Our mascot was a WASP. You know what the WASP stand for? White Anglo-Saxon Protestant Student.
Come
That's
on,
what
man.
WASP stood for. We were the only WASP in America, and I went up there to play football. It was
Word.
D3. I was trying to not even chase a dream, just wanted to keep playing football. So,
Word.
but yeah, Virginia is something I love and forever will hold dear. I got great friends
Hey,
from
man.
Virginia. I love Virginia.
Hey, shout out to VA, man. 804-757. You know what it is, man, back
Oh.
home. But I always like to ask people, where you originally from?
I am from Fort Mill, South Carolina. That is York County, near Rock Hill, about 5 minutes from Charlotte. Carowinds, when people say Carowinds, half of Carowinds is in Fort Mill, half of Carowinds is in Charlotte. So I've always been a Carolina baby. I was born in Lexington, Kentucky, but I just came straight here. I say
Word.
that I never, got no ties to that. But yeah, Fort Mill, South Carolina, where I was raised and where I grew up. Paradise, Steel Street, the Circle. Everybody know from Fort Mill. That's like it's like two like ghettos in Fort Mill. Like excuse me,
Word.
the rest of it is pretty old town, old slavish. But it's evolved. Cotton Town, Cotton Mill, but yeah, I come from Paradise, man. That's where I'm from.
Word, man. Well, how was it like growing up there?
Growing up in Paradise, it was cool. I grew up at my great grandmother's house. So great grandma had the Section 8 house. Now that I look back and realize where we was at, and my grandma lived. My grandma stayed there. My great aunt lived there. One of my aunts lived there. I lived there. So we were all in the same home pretty much. Um, and I grew up, like most kids, just outside playing, having fun. Eventually, my mom did move us up the street a little bit to Avery Lakes, which is like a suburb apartments. Just probably just to get away.
Yep.
Realizing that she grew up in Paradise and she had to go through a lot of different things in her life that might have led to certain decisions. And I think she really didn't. She knew that I had already been in there and I was close enough to be there, and she wanted to be close to her mom and close to her grandmother, but I was also able to really get away and not see as hard of times as I did when I was a younger child. Maybe when I was like 9 to through high school, things
Gotcha.
changed a little bit.
Nice, man. So I heard you say earlier that like you went to school in VA for football.
Yep.
One, I didn't know that, bro. I didn't know that you
Yeah.
played sports and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Right,
yeah,
because
yeah.
you do a lot. Like you're event coordinator. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Host, promoter. You do a whole lot, bro. But I want to know what was like your first love. Growing up.
Yeah, growing up, I would say, I mean, looking at it and not in the profession, not in the sense of competing, but wrestling is actually my first love. Like
Okay.
in all sense of the entertainment of WWE, WCW when I was a kid. That was the first what you call sport
Yeah.
that I would have ever aspired and said like, oh, I'm gonna be a wrestler one day. And that's still something that I love to this day. But when I actually got active and was a kid, it was basketball, and it was basketball mainly because I had epilepsy as a child, which is something I grew out of. Actually, I had it as I was diagnosed as for epilepsy because I was having seizures at maybe like 11 and 11 to like 14, so or 11 to like maybe 13, and they told me I couldn't play contact sports. They told me I couldn't play football, and I couldn't. So I, fell in love with basketball because I couldn't, even though I would play in the backyard with my friends, and I just couldn't, be on the team. I got to be on a team, but I couldn't play.
Right.
So I eventually went to this one doctor, and he was like, let him try to wrestle. That's a contact, like actually wrestle, like, get on the mat, like they do. And I wrestled my 8th grade year, and I did very well. And they were like, maybe we'll try football.
Okay.
So I was able to get an opportunity to play. I remember taking my first hit. I was fine. Everything was cool. But I actually evolved pretty fast because I didn't get a chance to play Pee Wee like most of my other colleagues. I went right into, actually, I played 8th grade. I'm sorry. It was 7th grade. I wrestled. 8th grade, I wrestled, but I played football 8th grade. So that was my first year playing. Gotcha. And it was an opportunity to just learn and try to catch up. But I was one of 3 that actually went from my class to college to play football. Okay. So I made it out of there, and even though it was D3, but it was just a
man. That's still
something.
Still accomplishment, bro.
Yeah, it was a great
many
accomplishment.
People don't be able to take it to the next level and actually especially with sports.
Oh yeah,
So
and I still love sports. The football's like, man, Sundays are the best days of the week. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to football season, I watch everything, but I'm a Raiders fan. But yeah, man, I love sports. I got started in sports radio. That was the first thing I actually ever started doing in terms of the media. So yeah, I always want to or desire to be in sports.
Gotcha. So it definitely sounds like wrestling was like your first introduction to really like the passion, man. But in sports in general is like your first love.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, for sure. Same here, bro. Same here.
What you do? What you play?
I play ball, bro. I got the tat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
Hey, I ain't ready.
Point guard.
Yeah, point guard, shooting guard. Like,
shooting guard.
Yeah,
you got a stroke. You can shoot.
Yeah, I can shoot. I can shoot. Yeah, bro. I can shoot and I can play D.
I could play D. I wasn't a great shooter. That probably would help me. If I wasn't a great shooter.
Yeah, bro. I'm definitely a competitor. It's a lot of different things with that.
It's the competition more than anything, right? Like I think that's what I probably miss more than anything. Like where it like sometimes you gotta find competition within yourself now because it's not as openly there. Like, oh, we about to go against this person this week, or we're preparing for this. So teams, I would always encourage like kids to be involved in team sports, team activities.
Oh yeah,
good.
I'm definitely getting my boy into some sports this year. Well, he played basketball for the first time this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did he like it?
Man, he loved it. That's it.
Dope.
But his attention is like all over. He want to play soccer. He want to play football. He want to do track. He want to, you know what I mean. So we're gonna get him into all of that this year. So
that's good.
I'm looking forward to this summer just getting.
Your son's how old? Your son's kind of older, right?
Yeah, he's 8.
He's 8. Yeah, I seen your son before, right?
Yeah,
yeah. Big kid. He's a big kid.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's a big kid. We seen him at that show, shot DDA Tink show, right?
DDA Tink.
Yeah,
he had that dance competition with T2G Dance Force.
Yep.
It was out there battling and stuff. Shout out to T2G Dance Force as well. Yeah. Yeah, we actually I seen you there not too long ago. What, about 2-3 weeks ago? You was hosting that event
for the birthday party for the Bloom Effect.
The Bloom Effect, yeah.
Bloom Effect was dope, man. I love like I wanted to do that show so much because I know those girls do a lot for different people that I work with in the city. So it's like anytime I see people stepping out of what I know is their comfort zone, like they don't throw shows on the regular, like they're a part of a lot of shows, but it's like, yo, I want to be there. Like I want to be a part of it. It was dope. It was great.
I want to support, man, and that's one thing that I really respect about you, bro. You really support a lot of different artists and from different aspects. Like I see, from business people, artists, different venues. Like you really got a lot of connections with people, what have you, and I definitely take it from you got to support people first for you to get that love back.
100%. And I think. That's the main key. What all of this has been, man. Like with me, I'm nothing without this phone right here, or being able to walk outside and knowing like I can find anything you call me for, I can find it. I'm
Yeah.
confident in that. And it's like that comes down
Hmm.
from a photographer, um, a dancer, a singer, you know what I'm saying? Just anything that like that reaches so vast, but that comes from understanding that people are talented, and some people just treat people good, because you never know when you're gonna need somebody, honestly, and you never know when they're gonna need you. So it's like keep everybody on that same like, hey, how you doing? You know, so I'm very respectful to people, because I don't know. You might be my boss one day. You might
Right.
be employing me to do something, and now I'm looking crazy, or you might not employ me to do
Yeah.
something.
But that's a big thing, bro. And I don't mean to cut you off
Yeah,
or
yeah.
anything, but it's like a lot of people a lot of people don't realize, like, when you go out to these different places, you really have to show your best foot forward with people, and like really, put yourself out there, because you really never know who you who
You
you
got
who
no
you
idea who you
talking
talking
to.
to, man.
Like, and just for example, bro, like I remember the first time that we really chopped it up, you know what
Yep,
I'm saying?
yep,
Like it was nothing but love and respect,
100%.
and we
I
never
remember seeing y'all at a show. I don't know. I'm sorry to cut you off
No,
too,
you
but
good, bro.
I know that just I walked in, I seen her perform, and it was like she. No, I seen you. I think I might have seen you perform. One of y'all had the camera first though, but I was like, oh, that's the camera person. One of y'all had it first, but then y'all switched it off, and I was like, oh, what's going on? Like this fire, like this. But then like I said, they were like, yo, they from VA, they just in here, and it was a show that I had never even been in. I wasn't a part of, like something I never would probably even go to on a normal basis. But it was dope to see y'all in there and knowing like, yo, we here from out of town, we in here working. Tap in. I got the pictures, I got the videos, I got whatever you need, and I'm about to rock the mic out. That's why I just certain stuff stand out, because some people just get on the mic and be like, all right, play my song. All right, I'll see y'all later. That's it. And then I
Yeah.
was like, all right. I was the one person listening for you to tell me something about yourself, bro. Anything. So yeah, just meeting you and connecting with you was it's always been genuine love, bro.
Yeah,
Always
bro.
been.
I'm just glad that that's the whole point of this podcast. We be ripping and running so much. We don't actually get to sit down and actually like chop it up. You know what I mean? And
Rare.
a lot of niggas be thinking that niggas be fake or what have you, like
Mm.
because we don't be having the time. But like I said, this the opportunity to for us to really dive in and get to know each other, bro. So I
Sure.
appreciate you for coming through on the podcast and shit. But I wanted to ask my biggest question. I want to
What's
ask
up?
the biggest question I want to ask you, bro, is what happened with the Stephen A show? Like how everything
Oh
perspired,
man.
how you get on there, how was the experience, bro? I want to know all the details, bro. I love Stephen A, bro.
Stephen A. So I gotta, take you to the origins of it. Like my name is Stephen Smith.
Right,
Spelled the
right.
same way.
Gotcha.
I'm Stephen D, he's Stephen A.
Okay.
So you gotta understand, for like the majority of, I remember Coach Greg, Coach Jackson, the senior coach at Fort Mill High School, first person to ever do it. Stephen A, get on the line and run. Stephen A, who are you talking to? And I'm like, thinking he being funny, like, yeah, it's Stephen A. Smith, man. You look like him too. Whoa, coach, chill out. Like you doing too much, you know what I'm saying? But that turns into, yeah, Stephen A. So all through high school, I'm Stephen A. Smith.
That was just, bro. Everybody called you
Stephen
Stephen A,
A.
bro.
So you got to think these people have been manifesting this
Yes.
in their eyes. They're like, bro, you gonna be Stephen A. one day. You gonna like people in my town, people in my school, people I see. Stephen A. Everybody knows me before Stephen the Dream. If you know me from Fort Mill High, they're like, what they Stephen A. That's Stephen A. right there. Some people still would do it. They slip
Right.
up. They were like, my bad, bro. It's not Stephen A. Stephen A. the Dream. I've heard that before because people just know me.
Niggas don't want to let that
They
go.
don't want to let that go. So I say all that to say that plays an important part of it. People doing that. So all this occurs Super Bowl weekend. The Super Bowl's in town in Atlanta, and I see First Take is going to be there at one of the spots. I'm working at a hotel uptown in Atlanta. I actually lived in Atlanta for a year.
Okay.
So I'm working at the hotel across the street. I find out First Take's gonna be there. I'm gonna go to First Take. I'm gonna go pull up. I pull up that next day, and I go see the Mike and Mike show in the morning. I seeing all the show. I'm seeing what's going on. I
Yeah.
go sit in at the Stephen. I go sit in at First Take, and I walk past the producer, and he bumps me, and I said, "Oh, my apologies, bro. I didn't mean to bump you." He got a headset on. My intriguing self What you do? I'm the producer of the show. What do you do? My name's Steven Smith, bro. I'm a radio host, which at the time I'm doing a radio show. He's like, Steven Smith. He's like, don't play with me. I'm like, oh, here's my ID. He looks. Can you come back tomorrow? He literally, this is the producer of the show. I didn't even bump. Can you come back tomorrow? I got an idea. And I'm like, yeah, I can come back tomorrow. I got to work tomorrow. I can't come back tomorrow. I took off today. I can't come back tomorrow. I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah. We want to, here's my number. I want to use you tomorrow for something. I'm going to call you about it later today. So I go sit down at the show. Boom, I'm there. Cool, chilling. Get through it. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to work tomorrow, bro. I just got invited to go on the first take. Whatever he about to do.
Crazy work.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy
like, I gotta miss this
work.
day. This is gonna lead to me getting fired in the long run. I'm gonna just ultimately admit that I got fired from the job, working right across the street because I did go to first take.
I already know it was worth it though, but
it's gonna end up being worth it. But I got fired. I'll go ahead and just say that now, just to get that out the way. I go to first take. The producer, oh hey Steven, come here. He says, just peek your head in there and just say hey. And I peek my head in there and it's Stephen A, Max, and Molly, and they're doing their pre-show meeting.
Yeah.
And I just reach my head in there and say, hey, and everybody looks, they're like, hey, like they're looking at me kind of weird. He's like, come on. And the producer is like, basically like being funny. He's like, yeah, we're gonna pop you out later on. Like we're gonna make this a thing. Like don't worry about it. You're gonna have you ask a question later on. But he's literally just like not telling me anything. So I'm like, cool. I sit there, first take happens, they're starting the show. The segments are going on, and then they get to the point where, they take a break. Producer's like, where's Steven? Right here. I'm like, oh, shit. He's like, all right, come on.
Gotcha.
We go up. Stephen A, they not paying attention. They on the desk. They get ready for the next segment. He says, like, you're going to sit right here. You're going to sit behind him.
Gotcha.
And they give me the card. They're like, you're going to ask this question, but Molly's going to be like, she's going to say something, and you're going to know your cue. You're going to walk up. You're just going to walk up, and you can say whatever you want to Stephen A at this moment. And I'm like, okay, cool. So Molly's like, all right, so we're about to do our next segment, and we know that y'all love Stephen A, but we really love Stephen D. And we're like, all right. I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna get. So I get up, and you'll see. Like if you wanna, I'll send you the video. You cut to the video. You'll see. I get up very confidently, and I shake Mac's hand, I shake Molly's hand. I try to take the mic. She like, I'll hold the mic. I'm like, okay, you can hold the mic. I'm like, Stephen A, and I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, I don't know what to say right now. I just need to ask the question, just get the fuck off the stage. But I'm like, nah, it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but one day I'll be up here with you in a real capacity. So I'm coming for you. Yeah. He's like, I appreciate that. Just put in the work, put in the time. And he said what he said on the thing. Like I said, you play the video.
Yeah.
But it was just a moment to where, that occurred. I asked the question, and it was just a dope moment to where my phone just floods that day. Like I'm just talking like, yo, I just seen you on first date. Yo, what is that? So I tell you the first part of the story because it's very important for me to remember where I'm from, because the producers asked me, hey, where do you want to put as the place you're from? Charlotte, right? I have a Charlotte jersey on at the time. They're like, you from Charlotte, right? I'm like, no, put Fort Mill, South Carolina on there, because those are the people that are, when they see that and they see Steve, they're gonna say, damn, it really happened. And that's all. It was people from back home, and it was
that was a hometown.
It was
moment.
like, yo, like I could have said Charlotte, and like maybe that would have like made my name a little bigger in the city, because this is before I ever started doing anything in Charlotte. This is 5 years prior, but it was just a big moment to be like, yeah, I put my city on there. That was on first take. Fort Mill, South Carolina is on first take. Now, it's plenty of people from Charlotte gonna be on first take, I hope.
Yeah.
But like, I pray somebody else does that, but ain't nobody ever done that. So that was the biggest thing for me, because those people manifested that, and manifestation is big in my life. Like if you believe it, like I used to say something every day, like hit $1 billion lick, move my family to Cali. That is not about really like, my family don't want to live in Cali, but it's like I want to do whatever I'm doing every day, and when I hit that moment, it's so big that my family can go wherever. But I say it every day. Like I used to put a status up every day, and that got me more money. That got me more opportunity, because I think it's just manifesting, bro. So you say the things that you attract. I think that's real, but you got to put the work in behind it too.
So I want to ask, like, would you say that's like one of your biggest accomplishments, just in like in general?
No, I think that's one of the biggest favors on my life that I think God just placed me in the right position to do. I don't think that was an accomplishment because the accomplishment is, hey, we're gonna give you a contract now. Now we want you to come back, once a week.
Right.
But it was something to where, yes, I had been working in a sports radio capacity, but it also felt bad because I had a team and it was like, damn, I want to bring my team with me when I'm doing this. But it was like, no, that was your moment to help your team expand and shed light. Now you got the light. Now do what you're supposed to do with it. But it wasn't I wouldn't say it was my biggest accomplishment, but it was something that God put me in position and was like, here's favor on your life. Do something with it. Same thing in, something I was just being in the music, being in Suge. I was in Suge, the baby's video Suge. I wasn't supposed to be in Suge.
Didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you go look in Suge, the Suge music video, the first music video that really popped off the baby.
Yeah.
I'm in the office scene and you'll see Steven the Dream is there.
Yo.
Again, before I'm even.
You're bro, what bro?
That's what I'm saying.
What's
this happens in the same month.
Bro, you're the
first take happens, now I'm in Suge. All in the same month.
Bro, you like a side quest king of like North Carolina, bro. Like South Carolina, bro. You the side quest queen, bro. King, bro.
That's why I'm saying, bro. It's just favor on my life because it's like those things happen back to back, and I'll say like that allowed me to. I'm living in Atlanta at the time, so I did the first take thing. I come back to Charlotte 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks I'm in Suge, and now we can create Steven the Dream a little more easier because now people are seeing, oh, this guy's not bullshit. He's gonna get in certain rooms. He's doing certain things. Now it's making sense because that's just what happened. So I say, God gave me like, here's the light, kick the door in, or it's gonna shut on you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it because those two things don't happen by just work. Like I did nothing. Like I met the baby's cameraman at Audio Box All-Star Weekend. I said what's up to Baby them. I never knew them, but I knew Rico. I knew Rico. I was like, yo, he the one that's making this shit go. Like, these videos are fire. Like, what's going on here? Like, yo, if y'all ever need anything, I'm in the city. I'm a good resource. Call me. A week later, hey, bro, we're doing a music video tonight. Can you get some people for a office scene? Cool, bro. I'm going to call some people up. Yo, I'm getting online, putting the status up. Yo, everybody, I need people right now. Hit me. I got an opportunity for you. A couple people hit me, and I send those people up there, and I'm like, hey, bro, the people are there. They're outside. Let me know, how they can get in. He's like, you're not coming? I'm like at the time, I'm just like, you just told me to get people there, bro. I'm not trying to be in it is what it is. I'm not trying to be in a music video, but okay, yeah, I'll come. Yeah, cool. All right. I wasn't trying to be in it. Long story short, videos got whatever 100 million views, you know what I'm saying? And people still 2 years later, bruh, I just seen you in that video. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like.
That shit sinking in like a Lil Wayne bar. That shit, the niggas catching on to that shit years later.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, real shit. It's definitely just 2019. Like,
yeah, son, that was a like pandemic era type shit.
I went outside in the pandemic, bro. Pandemic, God rest everybody that lost anything, that went through that COVID or that went through anything. But pandemic allowed me to come outside and just take a chance.
Bro, honestly, that was like one of that was the biggest point really when it comes to like my music career, or me like kind of like taking that turn and really like taking it serious. It was really was during COVID. It gave me the time to like really sit back and write because niggas really couldn't go outside too much. You know what I'm saying?
You had to
like you get in where you can fit in, but I was really bubbling inside the crib. You know what I mean? Doing my freestyles and all that good shit. You know what I mean? So I feel like the pandemic was a blessing in disguise for a lot of people. Like you said, God rest everybody who, lost their life to COVID or whatnot. But, shout out to all the people who made the most out that situation because, that was really a big pivotal point in my life. So,
I don't remember. I remember things, but it's like pre-COVID is like a real thing now. You're like
pre-fucking COVID is a
was
thing.
Going out pre-COVID, like, cause like I don't even know if it's like I don't know. Things have changed, man. Things have changed. The people aren't even the same that's outside that was pre-COVID.
I think that between like social media already has like give people a distance and
oh my gosh,
it already does that.
You could be whoever you wanted to in COVID. Jesus.
but like after COVID, people really was like distance, and it stayed that way, like moving
Yeah,
forward. Like, you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? To this day, like that lasting effect is still there.
Well,
You
you
know what
gotta
I'm
think of how
saying?
many jobs were lost in COVID. Like people don't like the serving business is dead, not dead, but it's like certain things are just not a thing anymore.
Golden
Like
Corrals,
it's
the
dead. Buffets are
buffets.
dead. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's like certain stuff. Those jobs are going. AI replacing certain things now, but even
Yeah.
before then, it was like people ain't even. Oh, we can work from home. Why do we need to go to this big building every day? Like you're right.
Crazy.
I don't want to go to the building, bro. Let me work at home.
Brick and mortars, people that want to start up
Crazy,
like businesses and buy like storefronts
crazy.
online. Amazon went crazy,
Yup,
online
yup.
sales and stuff like that. Now people, ordering shit like it ain't nothing. I'm one of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
you order king.
Uh,
They be coming.
uh,
You be having them come through all the time.
but it's like phases. It be happening in phases. Like you give me like a couple months, I'll be Amazon, get them packages in, and I'll be like, all right, I'm doing too much. I'm over here buying motherfucking wolf king heads and shit to put up, like just dumb shit, like like. But nah, I fuck with online shopping though. I
Nah,
fuck
for
with
sure,
online shopping.
for sure. What? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, for sure.
Can we dress in the South? Y'all
Yeah,
think we
dress
can
in the
dress?
South.
Like
You
y'all think we tacky down here? Y'all think we tacky down here? I be feeling like people be talking about North Carolina the way we be dressing. And I just want to know if like somebody from the outside just be looking at us and be like, "That's crazy."
Well, I'm gonna keep it a band with you, bro. Like from my perspective, I'm gonna say like a hell nah.
You'll say
I'm gonna
no.
say a hell
The
nah,
niggas
bro.
be
Like,
dressing.
niggas really can't dress.
Oh,
Me,
niggas can't dress. Oh,
a lot
you
of
right.
niggas
You
can't.
right.
A lot of niggas can't dress,
You
bro.
right.
Like I'm from up north, so
That's what I'm
like
saying.
a lot of niggas be like really fashion forward. They be into that kind of stuff, like a little bit too much sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? They be too neat. You know what I'm saying?
Too
Niggas ain't
much.
trying to like dress all fly every day and look. But nah, I think like different places are dated different when it comes to fashion, and I feel like this area is a little dated when it comes to the
We
fashion.
still in like 05, 06.
Look, I'm
might
gonna
see
tell
a
you,
nigga in some
my
Duplos.
biggest pet peeve, bro, and I'm probably gonna piss a lot of people off right now,
Pop it.
but I don't give a fuck. But I feel like my biggest pet peeve when it comes to dressing, I don't want to see no cartoon character shit in the club. That's it. That's
The
it.
niggas that be having a full cartoon fit
That's
though.
it.
It'll be
Bro,
like
you can.
Scooby Doo shirt with the Scooby Doo pants, and he feel like he fly because he got the fresh ones on. Think he
You know
doing
what I
something.
mean? I can't.
Yeah, they be on that.
They be on that, bro. So
A
it's like
Skittles outfit, straight Skittles, bro. And he fly as hell.
and it don't take much to be fly. To be honest, like for
It
me,
don't.
if you got a nice pair of shoes, cool, boom,
Yeah.
you locked in. Get you some jeans, boom, you locked in.
Yeah.
Get you a white tee, boom, you
You
locked,
locked
in.
in. It's
You know what I'm
simple.
saying? Get you a little chain.
You
If
locked
you
in.
want to have a little accessory, you locked in. Good,
Okay.
good. But when niggas be trying to do the goddamn Rugrats,
They be doing the
and,
most.
yeah, but that's just keeping it real.
I love that, man. I'm gonna get me a stylist this year so I can not make the Carolinas.
But
I never been a dressing ass nigga. I'm gonna be real. I be trying, but I never cared as much. You know what I'm saying? But I realize as you evolve, as you get in the light more, you have to
yeah.
do a little better. But I never gave a fuck,
Bro, we can tap in, bro.
I might need your help. I
on, bro.
definitely like. I don't like you shopping online.
I shop online, but even like going out to
Okay,
the stores and
okay.
shit, bro. I'll send you some links or whatever. But nah, I
Put me
really
on.
I be on that.
I'm
shit.
only gonna let a New York nigga goddamn style me.
Nah, I'm not from New York.
Nah,
though.
my bad. Up to up north.
Yeah,
nigga,
I'm an up north nigga at
north.
heart. I lived in
yeah.
VA for some time, but like so all right, so this how it all started as far as like my origin moving back and
Yeah.
forth up north. Cause really I am an up north nigga at heart. But all right, yeah. So I was born in Richmond, Virginia. But like when I was like 1 or 2 or something like that, I moved up north to New Jersey.
Okay.
And where I lived in New Jersey, the only thing that was separating Philadelphia is a bridge, the Ben Franklin Bridge. So my mom moved us over to Philly. So we really was back and forth from Philly to Jersey and stuff like that before we finally moved over to back to Virginia when I was probably like 8. So from 8 to adult, you know what I'm saying, I lived in Virginia.
Okay.
But my ways were pretty much like kind of set, you know what I'm saying? The
Of
way I
course, by
talked, the
8,
things that I
yeah.
liked and shit like that. You know, I was what I was. And I ain't never been one to like follow people and shit like that. So the way that I always been the way that I've been since I was a kid. You feel me? So I never really changed. That's why like I'm a up north nigga at heart. But I've been in the South. I've been in South for so long that like I'm a Southern nigga. I gotta admit it to a degree. Like
what you love about the South?
Oh,
love about the South.
That's a great question.
Bro. I would love to know.
That's a great question.
Y'all come down here and y'all don't leave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just be real about that. Y'all come from the North and y'all don't want to go nowhere. So enlighten me.
All right,
what
so
keeps you here?
I fuck with the South is one, the people.
Okay.
The people,
for sure.
The people are like A1 in comparison to up north. Like, you know, everybody up north is all rough and rugged and get the fuck out of here. And, you know, but you know, and it's slower. People got a little bit more.
When you say slow, what you mean by slow, Vaughn? You calling us slow?
No.
Are we slow?
Nah, bro. It's like not intellectually y'all slow.
Okay.
It's just like I said, certain things are dated. You know what I mean?
Right.
Certain things are dated. And I've heard this even from, you know, people from South Carolina and North Carolina themselves that they say certain parts are more dated than others or what have you.
Oh, I've definitely went places and got culture shock quickly. But
no, I just say like slower as far as like y'all patience, y'all give y'all like more grace.
There's a lot of grace down
y'all not like hustling and bustling.
There's
so
a lot
I
of
say
grace.
it in that way. But you know what I'm saying? People like yourself, bro. You a full-time hustler, go-getter, moving all fucking day.
For sure.
You feel me? Ain't nothing slow about you. You feel me? So
I appreciate
that's when people say, you know, from up north, I feel like that's what they really are trying to say.
You explained that great. You maybe because I hear it and I be like, damn.
Nah, bro.
We slow, bro.
The South is where it's
slow, but damn, that's what they think. We slow.
Man, like I learned a lot. Like even I was talking about you know, Chuck T off air. You know, I just talking to a Southern black man like that and having a time like really to have that one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? That really showed me a different side, you know, of how people think, you know, from the inside out.
And he's from Charleston.
Yeah.
Charleston.
What North Cackalack as
he from South Carolina though.
Yeah.
Chuck from the South Cat. So he rep the North Cat. He from the South Cat.
Okay.
Yeah, he from Charleston, Chucktown.
Yeah, man. But you know, I rock with the South, bro. But also the women.
Yeah, the women.
The women are beautiful. Very I would say some, not all, but a lot that I see is very like more classy, not as rough. You know what I'm saying? More feminine. It's more feminine energy down
you know,
here.
I think it's that thing to where like I'll meet a up north woman and she'll love me. And I'll think I love a woman. I think sometimes I love the Southern woman, like, you know, because I know what that's gonna be. I know that's gonna get a good cooking. I'm gonna get a good loving. I'm gonna get a little grace. But that fast woman from up north, it'd be like, I kind of like, talk to me crazy.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little crazy. I ain't mad at
you know,
that.
This is the opposite
you know,
attract type
I think that's what it be. I think that's what it be. Because, you know, I don't mind. But the women is a plus. What about the food?
The food, I would definitely say the food is definitely, you know, y'all got it.
We got it?
Y'all got it with the food. I had at the Big Ways Only concert, I had 876 Eats.
Okay.
And 876 Delights.
Was that soul food type or what was
Caribbean?
Ooh,
Caribbean.
Yeah,
I know it's not the typical soul
y'all Caribbean
food.
Don't be hitting up there.
Nah,
like,
like shout out to
wait
a second.
I feel
Shout out to Queens International in the South Side in Richmond, Virginia. My favorite restaurant in the whole world. Yeah, that's back home in Richmond. I love Queens. Y'all know y'all got my heart. Y'all fed me when I was a stinking little dirty little nigga.
Give me the Big Ways plate from up there. What's the Big Ways plate?
I'm getting the curry with the rice, beans, and cabbage, or I'll get the brown stew with the rice, beans, and cabbage. And they got like the kids meal too. And the reason why I had to shout out like I was a dirty little kid because I ain't had no money and shit. And I used to go there and have like $4 or $5, and I really get like a whole.
Oh, they looked out.
They used to look out and stuff. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It was like a home cooked meal. So shout out to Queens, man. When I get up, yeah, I'm definitely coming back and investing in that.
There.
I'm pulling up, and we pulling up.
That's fire. That's
type
fire.
shit. But nah, I rock with 876 Delights though. That shit was rocking. Like that shit was rocking. I love the Southern food.
Can I ask you a question? I hate to turn it. I do interviews as well. Shout out this, that, and the third interview series. But I would love to just. The Big Ways concert. That was your first show? Your
Nah,
first concert here?
that was my first concert here.
Okay. So I apologize I couldn't make it. I was busy. I know we had the conversation, but I was booked that day. I seen it look like it was a fucking movie, dog.
It definitely was.
How did you feel? Because I remember doing my first show like, you know what I'm saying, just in another spot type, you know what I'm saying? It would be my first show in Charlotte, but my first show.
Yeah.
How'd you feel? Like in an inside way, like the night before, you waking up and you're like, all right, it's here.
Yeah.
I know you've been through this before. Not the first time you thrown shows. Like you say, you did your thing, before, but first time and then you get to see it and it manifests for you. How did it feel actually for you though?
It felt great, man. Like honestly, it was like a dream come true, to be honest with you.
That's dope.
A lot of people, when it comes to this music shit, it's levels to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people aspire to have the big chains, the millions of dollars, and this, that, and the third, and other people just want to create, and just share their music with people and share that vibe and have those type of shows and inspire people, what have you. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that's like the best part and the end goal for me is like the shows. I love performing and what have you and connecting with people. So everybody that came through, they were very excited to be there. They were happy to be there. They wanted to be there.
Lineup was crazy.
The lineup was crazy.
I seen.
You know what I'm saying? I've been in the field, been in the mud, so I've been able to see, who really been out here and doing their thing. So, that was very calculated and whatnot. And everybody that was on the lineup, I highly respect them and, very grateful that they was able to, bless the mic and be part of the show. But nah, bro, overall, I was very happy. We sold over 100 tickets.
That's fire.
You know what I'm saying? It's my first, I only been here for a year. I've been living in the same apartment. My lease haven't even ended yet. And, shout out to my team and everybody around me and all the supporters. You know what I'm saying? Because, it ain't just me. You know what I mean? Like, I really been connecting with people and vibing and building relationships to where, that was just like a full circle moment. Like, okay, I'm doing this right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I might have done it before and I still got ways and things to improve. But, right now I see that I'm doing it right and I can be happy about it, about the decision that I made moving to Charlotte from Virginia. So it was really like a dream come true for me, bro. Starting back when moving to Charlotte was just an idea.
Yeah, to think, all right, the first thought, I'll get to Charlotte, I'll do some things. And now to be like, I'm throwing my own show at a major venue. Went well. Any in the show, before the show, anytime, oh shit, oh this isn't gonna happen moments, anything. Not that you gonna talk about, nothing you don't have to speak about.
Nah,
anything that you're like,
yeah, my mom. Yeah, my mom. So my mom. We from up north. I'm from up north. My mom live in Jersey.
Okay.
So she drove down here with my grandmother, and they was coming for the show. But my mom, she always late to everything, bro. My mom is late to everything. Shout out to my mom, but god damn.
Okay.
So,
what happened?
So I call her around like maybe like 5, 6 o'clock, and she like, I'm stop by Richmond and we gonna do this. And once she said she was stopping in Richmond for whatever, I don't even remember at this point what she said, but I knew it was right. I knew she was gonna be late.
Okay.
So I think around the time when the show was ready to start, she was like, I'm not gonna be there till midnight. I was ready to perform. I was supposed to perform around like 11:30.
Oh.
So
okay.
Around 11:30, I called my mom like, yo, where are you at? Let me see if I can wait. The show is going good. We got, people here. We might be able to stretch it a little bit. So she was like, a couple minutes away, 15 minutes away. So I got on the mic and had to tell everybody like, all right,
please wait.
Please wait. Get y'all drinks and stuff. My mom on the way. She driving from New Jersey. It's Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Hopefully y'all can bear
go
with me. Just chill. The show's going to go.
I need y'all to hold on for my mama, dog.
You feel me?
Hey, lock the door. What the pastor say? Lock the door.
So
lock the doors.
So now she get to the show. I bet she get there. I start performing or whatnot, and it gets to the end of my performance, and I'm thanking everybody for coming out, what have you. I pass the mic to whoever. Next thing you know, I turn around. My mom on the mic talk about my mom on the mic talking about, thank y'all for accepting my babies. Thank y'all for accepting my babies.
Y'all accept this speech.
Bro, I said, hey, yo, she was giving the Kevin Durant, mom.
Yo, she got him.
Bro, she was, bro. I'm like, yo, who gave that to her? Like, I appreciate my mom. I know it was coming from a mom.
Bro, that is hilarious. Mom said, look, I'm here now. That you asked me to be here.
Bro,
and I'm
that
gonna
shit was
goddamn be
hilarious.
here. That is dope, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna say every show I have, there's always the oh shit moment. It happens. It's either oh shit, this isn't gonna happen. Oh shit, I ain't gonna make it. Oh shit, something ain't gonna happen right.
Yeah,
But
bro.
that is a classic right there to where like, yeah, I'm glad that it worked out for you the
It
best,
was a
man.
bit-
Mom's made it. I think my mom has been to one of my shows. How does that feel? Like when mom hasn't been to like a party I've hosted. I don't think she's ready for that yet, but she's been to like a music show that I've hosted before.
Gotcha. I mean, it feel good, man. You know, just getting that support from my family and shit. You know, my mom always supported me, like, and always like just gave me advice, gave me that insight or what have you. Cause I ain't grow up with my pops. You know what I'm saying? And not
Okay,
to make this
okay.
like a Black American dad story and shit.
We know it.
You
we
know. But you know, my mom always tried her best. You know, I got 3 sisters. I'm the youngest of 3. I mean,
Oh.
4.
You're the youngest?
Yeah, I got 3 sisters. Youngest.
Oh man, you had the big man, yeah.
It
It
was
was
a
nobody messing with you, probably. They was probably
Nah, niggas don't want to mess with me because I knock a nigga out myself. I won't play no games, bro. Nigga, like, I'm from Philly for real.
nah,
like,
the shit show.
I learned how to put my shit up in Philly. Like, you know how niggas get down out there. But I ain't
Yeah.
ready, you know, it ain't about where you from, is where you at. But nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm always
100,
go, you know.
100.
But
But mom's held it
I'm
down
over it.
though.
But mom's held it down, you know, type shit. She always, you know, just came through for a nigga. And you know, so even now at this age, man, it's like I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful, bro, because I know everybody ain't blessed to, you know, to have that. So I don't let
That's
anything like
facts.
that. I don't let nothing like that, you know, just go over my head, bro.
Yeah,
Very grateful.
That is something people that do have either of their parents in their life, you know, should definitely be grateful, thankful, you know, whatever the relationship is. My mom is literally, yeah, she that. Mama Dream is that. Even when we've bumped, my mom is a Leo, my dad's a Leo. I have 2 brothers that are Leos, an auntie that's a Leo, my best friend's a Leo.
Damn, nigga, what's your sign?
A Leo.
Dang.
So I've always had we always gonna bump, you know, it's bump heads, and it's just gonna be that in our family, in our house. But that also breeds like lions you know, we breeding beast, you know. So
iron sharpen iron.
so my mom is that hustler monster that you see in me is like, mom is like that. But mom will tell you like, I don't know where you get that creative shit from, bro. Like, I can't do that. But I'm like, it's probably from Pops over here, because he like, you know, but she like, nah, that's where you know how to talk to anybody. Because like Pops taught me early, like, you don't meet a stranger. You don't know a stranger. Ain't no strangers. Like you can take care of yourself to know who's danger, but there ain't no strangers. Like, say what's up. Because that person might change your life for sure.
So, question, man. You know, it sounds like your parents obviously, you know, played a big part in your life. But in general, is there anybody else that played a big aspect in your life? Whether it's like music, you know, sports figures. Like, who's some people that impacted your life?
Yeah. I would say there are people in my personal life that impacted me more than anything. There are definitely people that I looked to and saw great and wanted to be. Somebody in my later life, I just always want to drop his name when I can, is Clarence Avant. God rest his soul. That's the Black Godfather. And that's somebody who, you just got the Netflix documentary, but he was a big part he was just in a lot of rooms when, you know, Black activists were going on, when music contracts were being signed, when a lot of just stuff was happening.
Yeah.
And he didn't have a title. And that's kind of the role I played, to where it's like, you don't know when you just might need me in the room. You know what I'm saying? My opinion may mean something. Just my thought may mean something. And Clarence Avant is somebody I look to say, like, that's somebody who I want to be in my professional career. But in my personal life, there's been just several people that I've just run into that I know directly, or just like, yo, you are the reason for that. Just early on, like, I'll just say some names, just throw them out there, like Mr. Henderson. People know that name. Like, teacher of mine, like, first Black teacher that was like young, and yo, I got this robotics thing going on. You gonna be the black kid in robotics. I'm gonna tell your parents that you need to be in robotics. Robotics taught me just different motor skills, different little things, but it also taught me, yo, you have to be a little bit better because everybody looks a little different to you. They all look the same, but you're the only one that looks like this, so you're gonna get judged a little differently. And he told me that just early, like, you have to be better. And my parents told me that too, but it was different from hearing it from an outside voice. Like, as a black man, it's gonna be a little harder. So work 1% harder.
Gotcha.
Like, don't even think about it. Always do the extra lap when ain't nobody looking. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? It'll pay off, but just do it. So Mr. Henderson was dope. I had a homie named Joe Mix that taught me how to do video production, who was major for me in life. And I'd say my dog, I got 20 on my beat, probably is the change of the adult Steven the Dream professional career, because he told me to take a chance and was like, bro, you keep going to this job and you keep missing this and you keep missing this and you keep missing this. And it was like, why you don't take a chance on yourself? Just do it. Just take a chance, bro. And I did that, and he was like, look, when you do it, I'm gonna help you. We'll work together. Like, we'll figure something out. And that's when that's when the pandemic hit, really. And I lost my job. You know, I left. I really was leaving it, but I had lost it in reality. This is a different job than the hotel job. But when I did that, it just turned me into, it was just survival mode. But it was also like, yo, be creative, use your mind. Now the interview series comes out. Now the Skip Line, which is we're live on Instagram playing music for artists or with producers and getting producers connected in the industry. 20's literally putting his tag on these beats and sending them to the industry, and they're getting placements. Right. And we're just literally on live doing this. Hey, bro, send us $20. Send us $25. You know what I'm saying? It's literally, but that turns into getting calls from record labels, getting calls from people to say, hey, yo, we see this, or who is this artist, and can we connect with them? So I would just say 20, he always is like, bro, you was already doing your thing, but I always let him know, like, in my professional career, somebody had to tell me, like, believe in yourself, bro, and take a chance. And he was the one that was like, I'm going to tell you to take a chance, but I'm not going to let you fall. Yeah. We're going to do something together, and we're going to work. I'm going to use my name, we're going to use your name, and it worked, so it helped. So, gotcha. Yeah. Besides that, man, just, I'm a sports guy, so I love all the sports figures. Tom Brady's a beast. LeBron's the GOAT. Kobe's the GOAT.
Type shit. I'm glad that you got. I wanted to ask another question, but before we get into that, we gotta talk a little bit of sports and shit.
What's up?
Let's talk a little sports and shit. So we got OKC right now.
Yes, sir.
Versus.
We want to see this. Do we want to? What's just?
This is. Yeah, damn. We thought we had this.
We was gonna get a little live update on what we think.
Parlay. Let me check my parlay.
Make sure, see if you hit, my brother.
Man, this nigga, bro. Damn, man, my shit looking good, but
okay. Randall still hurting.
Yeah, he hurting. Look at that. Look at that. Everything. Look at that. He bullshitting me. They got.
They done. They about to pull him. They about to pull him.
Yeah, but that was a fire. That was
a great parlay.
You know what I mean?
I love sports betting. I won't lie. Bro, I do love this. Even if it's a $5, $10 here and here, bro. I do not mind a good parlay.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. At first, I was a little embarrassed about letting people know I parlay and shit. Nigga, I love the parlay.
You gotta let people know, bro.
Bullshit. I like the parlay, bro, because it's the incitement. It gives, people like ourselves who really enjoy sports to give us another incentive to like really watch the game. It add excitement to the game and what have you. You know what I'm saying? So
I will give you the two things in my life that allowed me to understand the game or get more into the game. First, as a youngin, the game allowed me to know every player. So now I literally know, okay, this is the player. This is kind of how he, like, that shit's real. That shit will correlate. You'll know every
simulation. Is a simulation of the game.
I'll know every lineman on every team somehow just because I play the game. I substitute. I'm in the depth chart. That helped me in life. But now it's like, man, look, Caruso, what you doing, bro? I need you to 14 and a half, bro. Please, you coming off the bench, help me. So it still keeps you in the game with the sports bet.
It does,
because I don't play the game as much.
It keeps you very active. You know all the players.
I know everybody.
For real, it's like you probably know a lot more than the average and stuff like that. I'm sure you probably know stats and stuff like that if you went to the sports betting to a degree.
You're knowing because just by proximity how often you play. You seeing that number over and over again. I'm even knowing how many goals the hockey guys are possibly gonna score, bro. Ovechkin 1.5, bro. Just bet it. Just bet it.
Yeah, bro, you gotta send me some parlays too. So
We'll
now
do
I'm
it.
gonna hold you up to the shit.
We'll do it. I gave out a great part. I gave out Knicks plus 3.5. Whenever this comes out, this was game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. I gave out Knicks plus 3.5 on my Instagram, and it hit. Knicks lost by 3. So hey,
Okay.
I'm 1-0
Okay.
in the Eastern Conference Finals.
All right. I'm gonna fuck with you, bro. We definitely gonna send some through.
Don't be scared to single bet either, man.
I don't single bet.
I know. You got to go 2 and 3s, man. 2 and 3s will get you right.
Yeah.
2 and 3. What you go 8 and 10?
That one right
stacking
there that you seen just now was 5.
Yeah,
and that one right there was me like.
Okay.
Usually I try to stay 3-4.
3-4 is bad. 3-4 is not bad. 3-4 is not
3-4
bad.
is my lane. 3-4 my lane. But anything over that is like,
You do baseball?
I do it all, bro.
Okay.
To be honest with you, as far as like
baseball's
major
winning me
sports,
money this year. Baseball's gonna win me money this year.
WNBA is
WNBA
lit
is
too.
definitely my boy sent shout out to Chan. Chan, you can my boy Chan always sends me the parlays, but he sent me some WNBA today. I don't know if it hit or not. I put it in. I'm not gonna look at it until later. But shout out to Chan. That's my guy.
Yeah, man.
The parlay community is big, man. You never know. I've seen females in the female parlay groups. They be hitting. I be trying to get in them.
Yeah, they be funny as shit.
Hey, shawty, go join this group so I can get the picks. They be hitting.
Yeah,
They be hitting.
I think it's hilarious though when women be really like into it. Just
Oh,
as
they
much
be in
as
it
us.
now.
Like,
They in it now.
yeah, man, that shit be hilarious.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
What's your team?
As far as basketball or football?
Both.
Football, Eagles.
Congratulations.
Yeah, like I said, I'm from up that way,
yeah.
so there was some hometown shit.
Congratulations.
And as far as basketball,
You a Sixers fan?
I'm a Sixers fan, bro. But
Yeesh.
exactly, bro. It's the way
Still
that they've
trusting
been
the
doing
process,
us.
eh?
I ain't trusting shit. Break that shit up. I
We
was
12
mad as
years
fuck.
into trusting the process.
Bro, I was mad as
man.
fuck when they picked Paul George up this year.
Yeah,
I
that
ain't
was
gonna lie.
bad.
I was mad as fuck. I knew that this was gonna happen, and one of my coworkers was trying to convince me, like, nah, bro, y'all gonna have a good season. I'm like, bro, we like 6-15.
Yeah, it was bad.
Maxey is busting ass. Like, Maxey
Maxey
was
was getting
having the first 20 games of the season, bro, was averaging.
Paul was supposed
28.
to be there, so Embiid don't have to play nothing but 40 games.
and still ain't.
Y'all didn't even get to
nothing,
see
bro.
playoff not P. That's the
Yeah.
best Paul George. Playoff not P. That's my dog right there. He always let up in the playoffs. Go under. Playoff not P.
Yeah, bro. Paul George ain't the same player, but I still rock with him as a person and shit like that. Like, keep on
Yeah,
doing
he's
your
a good guy. Great
podcast and
podcast.
all that shit. Great podcast,
Good
but
podcast.
just look, man. Just go ahead and retire.
You tell him to hang it up. Paul George was supposed to. You remember when Paul George was supposed to be the kryptonite to LeBron James?
He was supposed to be.
They were literally saying like, there's a lot of guys that are their favorite player is Paul George, and I
Yeah,
didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I
Not me.
understand it. Because when he was
Indiana.
like going in Indiana, like he was
We
he
thought
was
he
a
was
different
gonna
type of
do
player.
it.
He was like a Wade
And-
/ T-Mac.
Yes, yeah, that was good. That was a good comparison.
Like
Then he
that.
got hurt.
But yeah.
Even when he got hurt, it was like I don't think that did it, bro. He just never could get over the hump. It's a lot of guys.
That was a gruesome injury too, though, bro.
Yeah, that was bad.
Like I wouldn't, and I think that one thing about Paul George, he definitely stopped driving. He definitely stopped driving as much. He still can do his thing or whatnot, but you could tell he start getting in his bag more, trying to create shots and ISOs and shit like that instead of taking niggas to the rack. But now I think it's that time, man. Don't run your knee to the ground.
Can I ask this question?
What's up?
And I want to get into it from. I really want to ask another question, but first, LeBron or Michael? Just ask, cause that's what niggas like to do.
Mike.
All right.
Mike.
Is there like a one definite thing that you would say? Like, are you a 6 rings guy? Or
Nah,
you
I
he's
think
just better guy? Or you
it's come down to style, and I don't like when it
okay?
comes down to like the stats and stuff like that. LeBron got so much more years on Jordan, and then also he has the evolution of basketball on his side too. Now where
Yeah,
everything is pumped up and the stats is pumped up
yeah.
in the game. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
right.
that's just the evolution and shit. So the stats, I'm not really too wooed in certain categories when it comes to LeBron, but I love LeBron. You know, his pass first mentality, but I come from that era where it's like, nigga, it's just me and you. I'm taking you to the rack. Jordan was just a killer, like
LeBron
that.
passed it to the time at the end for you.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like that killer instinct is just like I feel like that's the essence. That's the best ingredients you can have as a NBA player, and I don't think LeBron really possessed that, and so that's where I feel like that it's a style, it's a preference because
Your statement is convincing.
both of them is goats, and I can turn around and talk and say LeBron is the goat in the same sense and play devil advocate. But you know, I think it's just come down to style. When I hear them stories about Mike, when I see them highlights, you know what I'm saying? It just hit different. It is a part of my DNA.
I feel it.
So by the time LeBron came around, my DNA
It
was
was already
set
built.
with Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mike was ingrained.
so, yeah, you know, and I took bits and pieces of LeBron, you know what I'm saying, as far as like
But
know,
you wanted to be like Mike.
I wanted to be like Mike, just like,
okay.
you know.
I ain't mad at your argument, man. That's a
So
great
I
argument.
want to know what you think. Who you got, LeBron? Because it looked like you leaning toward LeBron.
I think we just gotta look at overall. Like, this is where I would like to go. This is where I was trying to go with it. It's like for your Karl Malone, your who else? Your Patrick Ewings, your Reggie Miller. So many guys didn't get a ring, right? Do you know how many guys LeBron James has stopped? Just in there. It just what we thought they would. Your Paul Georges, your Derrick Rose will never get a ring. That whole Bulls team never ever gonna get a ring. That Atlanta Hawks team ain't never ever. Jeff Teague, Kyle Korver, never getting a ring. You know else who ain't ever getting a ring? Carmelo Anthony ain't ever get a ring. Ain't never ever gonna get a ring. You know who else ain't ever getting a ring? Chris Paul ain't ever getting a ring. These are some of the greatest players at the greatest positions. And you know what happened? Dwight Howard ain't never get a ring. I'm sorry. I just had to keep going.
Dwight Howard did get a ring.
Did he?
With
Oh,
LA
okay.
In
All
the bubble.
right. All right. With who?
With LA.
With
in the bubble.
LeBron.
Yeah,
with
LeBron in the
LeBron.
bubble, yeah.
So I'm just gonna say it's like he had to go against the gauntlet, my guy. Like, we're talking about some of the greatest specimens in basketball. Let's talk about Dirk got a ring somehow
against LeBron.
Directly against LeBron. But you know what? Kevin Durant had to go join the damn super team. You know what that was?
That was the weakest move in sports history
Ever?
to me, bro. I love
July
KD.
4th. I remember. I was at the beach.
It was July 4th?
It was like maybe the 3rd, 4th or 3rd. It was like literally, I remember I was at the beach that weekend and Kevin Durant is joining the Golden State. What?
Yeah, I ain't like that shit. Like, bro, that was the most, bro. I didn't talk my girl head off like
That was crazy.
so many times. Like how this nigga, like, you don't understand the dynamic because Kevin Durant is so good and this, like, I was going through the whole ring of emotion explaining how
it is bad.
And
he has 2 rings. Your child is only going to say, well, Dak, there's only like 3 players that got in my lifetime that got multiple rings. Him,
True.
Steph. That's it. Ain't nobody else got multiple rings, but
bro, I
in his lifetime,
I can't disagree with you, bro.
He's gonna look at Durant like, I don't give a damn. Steph and Durant.
And to be honest with you, you know, just to play devil's advocate and add to your argument,
that's his guy.
If Kevin Durant didn't do that puss ass shit, bro, LeBron would have 6 rings.
Yeah, he would.
LeBron
would have 6 rings.
LeBron would have,
because LeBron went to 9 straight finals, untouched.
Yeah. Like you said, he done went to 9 straight finals, he beat the Warriors, which was they weren't going nowhere in the West.
No, it was over.
It was about to be over
right there. That was done.
You think they would have broke something up?
No, I'm just saying it peaked without Kevin Durant. You remember they won
Right.
73.
They was that
they won 73 when Kevin Durant came.
it was with Kevin Durant. Or,
I think-
no.
the 73 wasn't.
It wasn't.
So Kevin Durant beat the 73 team because he came back 3-1, right? No, Kevin Durant lost 3-1.
No, he lost 3-1.
And then Cleveland beat that team that year.
Cleveland beat that.
Because Cleveland
21.
got the ring. Yep.
Yeah, Cleveland beat that.
But then the next 2 years they lost.
Right. So we seen the best at Golden State. So
right.
we can say we have to allude that he would have won the next two because it won't nobody in NBA that the Warriors could have implemented.
The Thunder should have stayed.
KD.
If Westbrook won 2 MVPs right then too.
Bruh,
They should have stayed together.
They should have, bro. That was I know they're gonna regret that.
Well, Durant won't. One of them might regret it. There's 2 of them might regret it. Harden might regret it.
Yeah.
Westbrook might regret it. But
You're
they
right.
both won MVP. So it was like, what do you?
I don't know.
What would you rather have? An MVP or an NBA championship?
I'd rather have an NBA championship, but
You sure?
I would.
15th man on the bench.
I'd rather have an NBA championship.
You sure?
I'd rather be a 15 man on the fucking bench. 'Cause
One
you know
championship.
Why? You know why? Because I've been playing this game since I was 5 years old.
Okay.
And if no matter what I got on the team, and I've been playing with the
Okay.
best 15, I'm part of the best 15 players.
You're right though.
And so that right there is an accomplishment, on
I fuck with that because I would too. I
feel
don't need
me?
that fucking MVP.
I don't need no MVP. That's an individual.
I didn't even. Charles
activity.
Barkley got an MVP. I didn't even remember.
I asked my girl who
David
the MVP,
Robinson got an
she gonna
MVP.
tell me.
Yeah. You're right. Who named the last 5 MVPs?
No,
5.
I'm saying I'm her MVP.
Oh yeah, it's only one.
That's
Yeah,
what
right.
I'm
I thought you
saying. So I
said
don't
she
gotta
ain't gonna
be
know
the
the MVP.
I ain't gotta
She
be
gonna
the
know
MVP.
you
in
right.
the league.
You
gonna,
right.
I'm an MVP
'Cause
in a
who the
lot of
fu-
people's eyes.
Who the fuck is them 50 people in there voting on the 50 white men in
Exactly.
there writers voting on
Fuck
the
them
best
niggas.
player? No, nigga, I won the championship 4-1, 4-2, 4 to
Yeah,
whatever.
man.
You
But
right.
I'm gonna tell you though, I think that Kevin Durant is not happy with his career, bro. So I know that you're saying that they wouldn't like
He's a
2 of them.
two-time champion and an MVP.
I think that when it's all said and done, he'll get into those rooms. But just like I think it's a huge asterisk on
That's like saying
on-
Eli Manning not happy with his career.
No.
Why?
Eli should be extremely happy with his career.
You feel like Eli won them rings because he just made 2 big throws? You feel like he won? That wasn't the defense?
Nah.
Just because he beat Tom Brady? Just because he beat the GOAT?
he
He beat LeBron. Kevin Durant beat LeBron twice. Cool.
But that won't. You got you just was on a 73 win team,
Bro,
They
I
don't
beat
need
LeBron.
bro. They were 1 game away from beating LeBron, and they came back 3 games to
3-1.
and lost. So they were literally 1 game away.
So
you
Westbrook
telling
wasn't
me-
good enough. Thank you. That's what you telling me. My partner wasn't good enough, so I had to go get with a guy that he wasn't gonna do nothing else either. Like you just said, Steph wasn't gonna do nothing else either. So why should Kevin Durant feel bad?
I just feel like he wanted to be the best player on his team.
That's why he went to Brooklyn.
undoubtedly.
That's why he went to Brooklyn.
And that's
You're
why
right.
he went to
Why he went to
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Those finals MVPs, man, like y'all outclassed them. The team is better. And also too, when LeBron beat Kevin Durant in the finals for the first time when he won his ring.
Little boy them.
That he a little boyed him, and I think that will never overshadow.
Oh
what
yeah.
he did what you know what I'm saying what Kevin Durant
Now
did.
Durant gonna tell you it's like I'm up though. I'm 2-1. I'm 2-1 over LeBron in reality.
Yeah.
But that first one, he got his first one over LeBron. I don't know, man. Kevin Durant might look at you like you crazy if you tell him that he ain't happy. He might be feeling like I made Steph Curry a 3-time MVP, a 3-time champion. In reality, I got Steph on a pedestal with LeBron.
But this what fucked Kevin Durant up is when Golden State won again.
Oh, you're right.
When Golden
you
State
know
won
what?
again, they won.
That's the
before
first
you,
thing I
and
did
they
think
won
about.
after you.
That's the first thing I
So
thought
did
about. I
they
said,
really
Kevin
need you?
Durant. Ooh, this does not help your situation at all, buddy. But Steph Curry actually, yeah, Steph got up out of there with that one. That was the one he needed. He got up out of there with that one because we was looking at Steph like, you know, you only got 1, 2, right, buddy? If
Right.
you're thinking about it, you know, you got 3, but you really only got 1.
And you didn't even win Finals MVP.
You never won an MVP.
We was looking at Steph a little funky for sure.
That was a good call.
Yeah.
Von Wade, man. Von Wade Sport Day. Hey, look, man, this is why the Big Wave podcast is a thing, man. Y'all got to tap in for everything. You don't know what you're going to get on here. That's a good analyst.
I appreciate you, though, bro.
For sure.
Nah, for sure. But I want to, I know you got somewhere to go. You're very, very busy, man.
We enjoying the time, man. I super appreciate this time to have just real conversation, good conversation, man. More people should take the time out to just express like this, bro. Like, we just up here. I think over an hour in now, bro.
Over an hour in, bro. And honestly, like, we can go, we're going to go until we vibe out or what have you. But nah, man, like, this is a prime example, bro, like, of why I wanted to start this podcast, bro, because we've been moving so much.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's obviously, like, the first time, like, we actually get to sit down and what
For
have
sure.
you. And y'all see how, we learning each other as we go, bro. So, we got a lot more work to do and shit like that moving forward and collabing and just all types of events, bro. But this is the start of it now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm appreciative of this moment because we got to document it, bro. We got to document it.
We got to, man. It's very important.
This ain't the last time we're going to talk that sports shit, though. We might have to.
We might have to get a whole hour on the side. We might have to go with an emergency pod, you know what I'm saying, and just come back on the finals or something,
Yeah, bro.
I'm with it. We're
going to lock that in. But I wanted to ask, bro, we just talked about sports and shit like that. We always expressing our opinions and our perspectives or what have you. I wanted to ask, bro, where does your opinionatedness, I guess if that's the word, like where does that come from? And how do you deal with the things that come with your opinions?
I would say, first of all, it's like I only really say something when somebody asks me. Like, I used to not say as much just because it's like I don't know if people care or if people wanted to know. But I would get people asking me like, "Yo, what do you think?" Or, "Yo, say something about this." I would say something that gave me a voice was when I was doing my sports radio show.
Mm-hmm.
The shooting of, and this is terrible of me, forgetting the gentleman's name. I don't want to say the wrong person's name, but we had a lot of shootings going on. But we did have somebody that was lost in Charlotte, and he got shot by a police officer. And what I did at the time was we were like, "Yo, we just want to like open up the airwaves to people to come and like express their opinions and talk." And like a lot of people just called in, just wanting to, "Yo, this is it's bullshit," or whatever they wanted to say. And we're a sports podcast, but we just had like that time on our radio airwaves to do that. And my program director was like, "Yo, what do you think? Talk about go to you." And I was like, I don't fucking know. So, but I was like I expressed myself from like the heart, like how I really felt at the time. And like a lot of people like called in was like, "Yo, we agree with the young man what he just said. Like we agree with the like." A lot of people just start like he was like, yeah. So it was like even it was like in moments like that of knowing that, because that's kind of like where like the voice thing comes from. Like Voice of the Carolinas is like a moniker that I like honed myself, but it was more so like somebody saying it to me. They were like, "Bro, you got a great voice, bro." They were like, "Bro, you gotta lead the Carolinas, bro. Like you gotta do this shit, bro. Like you gotta be on radio." Like one of my homeboys just talking to me, telling me, I'm like, "All right, bro, I'm gonna be the voice, bro." And that just turned into people are like now like, "You bigger than that, bro. Don't just say you voice it. Like you just the voice, bro." Like now, so it's like just even me transitioning my brand into like Voice of the Carolinas. Yeah, I'm always gonna rep the Carolinas. That ain't never gonna change. But it's like now more people are looking for me, and the voice thing even comes from my opinion is valuable because I listen. So I tell people when I got a new artist or when I hear something or see something, and I'm like, "You should listen to that." That's where the voice, that's because people listen to the opinion, but that's because I really take the time to be like, "Yo, that person's dope," or "That's different. Why ain't nobody paying attention to this? Like, what's going on? Point right here. Like, yo, look it out." And a lot of times that's paid off for me. And just in terms of those people have went on and, yo, they are good. Or whatever I've said that opinion has went on to be true,
So do you feel like you were like an intuitive person?
Super. So especially with the music. That's probably my main, like I feel like I see it and I know it And even if I don't say it, or if I do say it,
Yeah.
it's like it's gonna come to light. Like I don't know why, but like when I see artists that have a sound or just perform dope or just, I can see the talent, I'm just like, bruh, they just need the resources. They just
Right.
need like somebody else need to see it. So I'm always trying to be the spotlight to shine it.
It's like you can always see past like kind of the production. Like when somebody give you a raw track,
Oh,
you don't
man,
necessarily.
I love that.
You can hear past the bullshit, and you can see that when it comes to different artists that's performing.
Put them in the same arena that Mariah Carey in. Put them in the same arena as Eminem. Put them in there with 50 Cent. Like they gonna ride the same way. They just ain't been there.
I tell you, bro, that's one of the biggest things that one of the most said things that I tell people is when it comes to the music. Like, put me on the stage with the best of them, and let's talk then. I ain't really the one to like brag or boast or big myself up and people or argue people down and shit like that. Cause I'm confident in myself, man. It's like, you either see it now or you're gonna see it later. But but that's definitely
that's a real thing,
you
bro.
know what I mean?
But you're right though, because a lot of times it's not like if we all like, and that's also the advantage and disadvantage of life. Like it ain't fair, and that's where we learn it. We see it right there. Because I'll be like, it ain't fair that this motherfucker is way better. Like, this motherfucker's better. They just is over here in this side of the world that ain't nobody fucking paying attention to right now. So how can we either get it over here in another spot that they can be paid attention to, or how can we get the world looking over here, even if it's for a moment? Right. I know if the world see it for 2 seconds, they're gonna know. I'm not the only one. And that's how I always feel like I'm not the smartest person in the room. Somebody around, somebody looking at this, they just they just don't want to say it. Right. They just nobody want to say it like I will. So that's where I also like get frustrated a lot, especially being in the Carolinas, man, just because I've seen now it's even because it's getting like it's 6 years for me that I've been around people in music and doing this. Yeah. And now I'm seeing people who don't do it no more. And I'm like, fuck, like, bro, please come back. Whenever you're ready, like you got talent. Like just know that.
And when it comes to this music too, I kind of look at it in classes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This year it'll be a new class of artists that come out. I came out with a class of artists. But one thing I learned, man, and I've seen is that people break off, and people, that competition that you may have started with, or those friends that you may have started with, they lose their love for it. It's many reasons that not just losing their love, but it's many reasons that push them and pull them away from the music itself. Yeah, man, it's a lot that goes into this music shit.
I'm happy to see you still in it.
Yeah.
And thriving in it from what I can see. And I don't even think you've reached the surface of certain things that you could tap into, but I also like how you don't. Because certain things that I don't think you don't jump at everything. Just looking at it, because I think you understand your journey, because like, I don't even know what the fuck I got going on over here, this state. And it ain't for y'all to know, because I'm over here trying to capture some new shit. You didn't come in like, I'm that. Like that's why I said I recognized it, but I'm like, nigga's good though. Like he probably could be popping shit, but you catch more. What they say, you catch more flies with honey than whatever the fucking saying is.
That's
like
more with sugar than salt.
Yeah, there you go. Like you like that's the reality. And if a lot of people realize that, and it ain't even about like not being fake or not being yourself, because like you say, there's an internal confidence that, like, I know when I was younger, it happened. It was like, I used to get picked on a lot because I got blonde hair or I'm light skinned or whatever. And it's like, it was a point where I realized it's just y'all niggas doing this shit, but the girls over here actually like me. So
right.
So like, what the fuck wait, oh, I get it now. And then it hit with you where it's like, and now it's like when then maybe you hit a life where you're like, oh, I am a little cocky. And you're like, that doesn't work as well. The girls don't like that as much either. Let me back that up a little bit too. So when you find that balance in yourself and you're just like, I'm me, bro. I'm good, and I know I am. Let other people say it for me, because then when other people start saying it, like I'll walk into a room and people will be like, "Yo, Steven the Dream of this," and I'm just like, humbly, thank you.
Right.
I'm never gonna say that. You ain't. Maybe when I'm by myself, or maybe like what I'm saying. When I'm talking to my homies, I'm like,
hey.
Yeah, nigga, But in reality, it's like, no, because there's no need for me to, because I want people to always say it before I do.
Right.
So I feel like you move, and I'll say it, just you as what y'all just moving that way to where I'm just like, they know, they not tripping, like they get it, like they don't gotta say it, like the talent there, they on another, and they might even like come across people, like you might even come across people where you're like, all right, I know I'm like better in the sense of like where I'm at. I've progressed more. I won't say better. I've progressed more than this person, but I don't mind also throwing a show where I can put people on as well.
Right.
So like I get it, bro. That's why I'm up here right now. I really want you to know it's on some like other people do certain things and I'll support it and do certain things, but it's like I get certain people that get it too.
Yeah.
Like this is good for you, but this is good for me too.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And you, like you see, do your research. This is good shit, bro. Good shit. Keep doing your shit, bro. Keep doing your shit, bro.
You know, and you a smart man, bro. I tell you, you know, I had to grow to be this person. You know what I'm saying? As
You was
far as,
rough
like,
around the edges before?
oh, nigga, what?
That Philly shit was in there?
Nigga, what, bro? Philly, Richmond, like, bro, it's really like two different sides of me. I'm a very educated
wild
person, bro. Wow. But I'm a very educated person, so the way that I talk, sometimes it can come across like, oh, nah, man, he's a nice guy, or he don't, but it's a whole different side. Like, I come from the streets, like, I really come from that cloth, and it's not something that I, like, edify, and I'm gonna be like,
that's your superpower, though, bro.
You feel me?
The way you can express yourself. I hate when they like, you're so well spoken for like, or you speak well for a black person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I speak well, and I just talk. Nigga. Like, I can speak the other way too if you want me to. Like, what the fuck, you know? But that's your superpower though, and know it. You gotta, you know when to use it. You know, but like you say, you talk how you talk, but that's your superpower, bro.
Right. And a lot of people just get it confused, or get that confused with me. So it's like a lot of people, when they see that side switch, they automatically recognize like, oh shit, yeah, I might have got this. I got fucked up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I always try to lead with love or whatnot. I'm just in a different place in life and shit like that. But nah, I definitely.
I know if I ever see my boy about to go, I'm gonna walk you away for this situation. I'm gonna use that southern in me. I'm gonna use that grace to try to grab you real quick, because I know it ain't gonna go. Because I never seen you that way.
And you hopefully you won't, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna recognize.
It's growth, bro. It's growth. Like, you know what I'm saying? I catch myself sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying, still like, you know, resorting to those habits and shit like that. But you know, I'm a grown ass man, bro, and I take accountability for, you know, my shortcomings and and the things that I'm not good at and shit. So
how young are you? You can tell me your rapper age or your real age, whatever you want.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you my real age, nigga, because shit, man, I'm 30, man.
Okay, nah. That's good rapper age still. Too. You know, niggas got a entertainment age and their real age.
Yeah,
you know?
Nah, I think, you know, so in my head though, I do have an entertainment age.
See,
I do.
I'm 27 forever, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't been 27 in 6 years, but I'm 27 forever now.
I'm 25, bro.
There you go. See, there you go.
I'm 25. You know what I mean? I'm as young as how my bitch look.
That's what I'm fucking talking about. That's what the fuck I'm saying.
I'm as young as how my bitch look.
Yeah.
So
you might be 25 for a minute, then.
I mean, so
for a minute, then.
Type shit. Forever 21.
Hey, they shut them shits down, ain't it?
Yeah,
they shut the shit down in Charlotte.
Yeah, they did.
Rest in peace, Forever 21. And
that was my store too.
I used to find the biddies in Forever 21 acting like I was shopping for some shit. Boy, ain't get a receipt. Only came out with what I needed to every time. Man, the mall used to be a play back in the day, boy.
Nah, for sure, man.
Y'all used to walk around the mall and y'all shit back in the day?
What?
Okay. I was just making sure. I make sure it wasn't like no like weird shit we was just doing on some like we ain't had nowhere else to go type shit.
Nah, bro, it's like I'm at that age.
Mall.
I'm at that age, bro, where it's like I'm definitely not the new generation and stuff like that.
Man,
you know,
30,
but I'm also,
we would've went to school together. I'm 33. We went to school together.
You feel me? So, but I'm still, you know, like I seen the cassette tapes going and all that shit. Like,
some of them YNs don't know what the fuck.
A lot of people don't ever even really seen like an album before, like the old album.
Nope.
Like the graphics.
Yeah, they don't know what that shit is.
A lot of YNs ain't really seen that.
Vinyl. The fuck you talking about vinyl, nigga? You talking about the shit you put on a shirt? No, nigga, fucking. All right, that's what you was thinking. What that's what you thought? Vinyl. Nah, okay. All right, my bad. Thought we had some YNs in the building. Thought we had some YNs out here.
Yeah, man. But we getting kind of towards the end of the show, man. I wanted to ask, you know, where do you see yourself in 5 years? You got a lot of shit going on, man. I see that you tapped in with a lot of celebrities. You know what I'm saying? You're a man of the people. You know, you're highly respected. You know, from your hometown to Charlotte, from all over,
Sure.
bro. I want to know what's the direction for Steven the Dream in the next 5 years.
That is what the last, like, quietly, even though I've been really working and really been out, the last like 5 months have been, is like figuring out the brand moving forward, because I started a lot of this late. Like, I didn't start being out in the club hosting and all that till I was 30. So in my mind, what I see for myself, my lifespan in the hosting is short. Like, I'd want to evolve into, owner of a situation if that's something I want to do. But like, I don't want to be like 40 in a club hosting, bro. Like, I got like a good 3 more year running this joint, maybe. Like, God willing, God forbid anything happen, but God willing, I can do it for that long. But I want to be the best. I want to hit the biggest concerts, the biggest stages, the biggest festivals right now that I can, and bring the energy that I have available to me, and help and bring along those people that are with me, from videographers and media and artists, to putting them on stage. It's like, my goal now is realizing what my brand has been, and now realizing that my brand is everybody that is with me. Like, my brand is the cloud of the dream, and there's so much in that cloud that if you jump in there, you gonna get lost. But that only happens because I know people like yourself, people that are a part of this thing as well, that I can call upon. So it's about, I've always said I wanted a big media platform, like a big media company, and that's, being able to put on like podcast shows on a network, being able to have a network of models, a network of hosts, a network of everything that I can literally say, okay, here's the Rolodex of what I have. Now let's monetize this in a way to where it makes sense, but let's also empower everybody around me that's a part of this brand, that's helped it, because I'm nothing without the door girls that have worked at my events, the DJs that have, came and played music and did their parts, to, just people that have passed out flyers for me, people that have paid me online to listen to their mute. Like, there's so much that goes into me that it's not me. So now I am trying to learn. Now I'm learning. I've learned so much about brand building, about, okay, now this is the next thing that is going to get people's attention. And a lot of it is just going to be like community building over the next couple years, bro. Really getting out and finding what the dream means to people, more than just having fun, partying, entertainment. I don't have kids, so the family thing is
Damn, nigga.
I ain't got no kids, bro. Yeah, I'm
nigga, what the hell you waiting for, nigga? You 33.
I'm a unicorn out here, bro. I don't know what's going
my
on.
nigga
bro.
My son gonna be in the NBA
He gonna
beside
be,
you.
and I'm gonna sign him. I'm gonna sign him to Dream Sports, bro. We gonna have the agency popping too. We looking for the NIL deals and everything. That's what we. But I think that is why I'm gonna really work hard in the next couple years, because I do want a family, and I don't want to be, you on your own, Tommy. God got this all figured out at the end of the day. But I do want to leave something for somebody, and for it to say, it makes sense. Right now, that's why I'm like, damn, bro, I be working hard like this. Like, maybe if I had a kid, maybe that does push me 3 times as more, because it's there. Or
it can do that.
And I get nervous sometimes, and I'm like, I think I need to talk to more people, because I'm like, as a father, you're having a child is not stopping you from living doing what you have to do, but from living your dream. And it shouldn't.
No.
It shouldn't.
Nah.
Even if that takes longer, or if it's a different timeline. But it scares me sometimes to think like, I'm gonna give my life up to fatherhood, and that's gonna be the end of life.
I'm gonna tell you this.
I think
man.
I'm wrong for that.
I won't say that you're completely wrong. I think that as a father, the job never stops.
Right. Right.
But when you first become a father and a new father, I think that you definitely have to sit. You have to sit down.
Yeah.
You have to sit down for a couple years. Everybody's situation is different. In the first few years of my son's life, I was very, very, very active.
I feel like I would want to be.
And,
like I would need to be.
And his mom is a great mother. I
That's
take
good.
nothing away from her, but I just love my son, and I'm just an active father to where I chose to take a back seat and sit down with
Right.
my son. But after time went on, I kind of refound myself again.
Right.
I was a
Right.
father because you have to
You
be
have to
locked
be there,
in.
bro.
You know what I mean? So once you kind of be, secure that job, you know that your family straight. That's when I was able to, all right, I want to do this rap shit for real. If I'm gonna do something, I can't play around with my time when I'm not when I'm not with my boy.
Right.
My time, I really have to utilize this shit.
Yeah.
And so that's when I really start taking a lot of things serious, and my time, my priorities start changing and things like that. So
The
you know,
value on your
the
time
the
increase.
value of my
Yeah.
time is heavy. Like I tell
Yeah.
people all the time, like the reasons why I'm able to tap in with the Steven Dreams of the world, and the Chuck T's and
Hmm.
the cousin T's or what have you, is because I didn't move down here for no reason. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I got a
Right.
son that you know what I'm saying, that's home, and I think, and my heart hurts, and
Right.
like
Right.
I'm here for a reason, and it's a drive, bro. So don't no day get wasted when I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So when you
That's
have your
major.
child and what have you, you're gonna have that same type of drive. It's just that you will have to sit down, depending on your situation. You know what I'm
Yeah, and
saying?
that's the other thing. I would love this, like, no, whatever the situation. Wanted to be, there's no perfect situation, but
Right.
like now I do feel like, okay, find the wife maybe,
Mhm.
so that way maybe like it is a thing, maybe. But then it's also like, okay, find the right person that you can afford to live the life that you need to for your child, but they got their shit together. You just gotta
Yeah,
be careful out here, basically.
yeah, you got to, bro, and
But it's big. It's big coming from you hearing, like I said, cause you're literally doing what you need to do, and I seen you with your son, so I know
at the
he understands.
shows.
That's why I'm saying. So I know that that's an excuse for me, and I don't want to use that as a credit. That's why I say I have to have more conversations with
Yeah.
more men who are successful doing their thing and have a kid.
Yeah, man, and I would say this just to top everything off,
Yeah.
bro. My son, me chasing my dreams and doing this is all that I want my son to see,
Right. He gets to
because
watch
I
it.
just want him to do whatever it is that he do in his life, and for him to have no excuse. My dad did this. I seen my dad do it.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want to do in my own right. My dad gets love and respect and praise when he goes out. I want to go out and do something where I get love and
Right.
praise and respect. You know what I'm saying? So it's a two-way street, bro. It's
Right.
a two-way
Right.
street. You know what I mean?
That's dope, bro.
I love being a father, bro, and I'm so excited. You know what I'm saying, to for my boy to come down here in the next week, and for
Oh
us to
yeah.
rock out
Y'all gonna
this
do it?
summer.
Y'all do episode? Y'all did episode?
Yeah, no. So he actually helped me get my bearings under me to start
To start, right?
podcasting.
Okay.
My son was my first podcast.
I'm about to say, I
episode.
felt like I don't think I watched it. Did you put a clip out?
I put a clip out.
Yeah, I'm like, I know I
Never
seen
put
something.
the video, the episode out, but we will do an episode.
Y'all gotta do
in the
an
next,
episode, bro.
definitely in the next month and a half, 2 months. Y'all can peep my little
dope.
homie out here.
I think we.
Oh yeah, for sure, for
so
sure.
I think we can.
But yeah, man. Do you want to leave anybody with any words of advice? The audience out there, any motivation?
Yeah, man. I would say the word is determination, man. To be determined. Be determined in everything in life. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do nothing. And if they do, be determined to show them that you can do it. And you don't have to prove nothing to nobody but yourself. So as long as you can look in the mirror and say, yeah, I'm going to do that for me, and they're going to have to see it as well, be determined in everything you do. I'm only here because of the determination that I have to be better and 1% better every day. If I'm less than 1% better, I ain't gonna say I failed today, but I'll take a L. But my L's are never losses, they're learns. So it's just like, that's a learning day. You're gonna take win days, you're gonna take learning days. Pick and choose. Steven the Dream, man. I appreciate you, man.
Straight up, man. Steven the Dream, Big Waves Only podcast. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Appreciate y'all, man. Hey.
Big waves.